Crovella, come on, give it. So people always ask me why I do stand-up comedy, and I tell them it's because I want to be on TV. Not to be famous or to make a lot of money, but because I heard the camera adds 10 pounds. So growing up, I played a lot of sports. I was a pretty athletic kid. I even boxed for over 6 years. And I lost all my fights because I had to use one hand to hold up my pants. Oh man. And what's it called? I think the one sport I did stand out the most in was basketball. Not because I was good, but because I was the only kid on the court wearing suspenders. Oh man, so Valentine's Day was yesterday. It actually just reminded me of my ex-girlfriend. And my ex-girlfriend, she'd always give me these really nice, expensive gifts. I remember for one of my birthdays, she got me this $300 watch. The only issue is, they don't make watches that can fit on my wrist without slipping off. It's all good though, I decided to use it and keep it as a belt. This really came in handy though. I was in the parking lot, some guy was like, "Hey man, do you know what time the show starts?" I was like, I think about 20 minutes. I actually took this one girl out on a date recently and it went really well, but I don't know if I'm going to talk to her again. I didn't really like the fact that her mustache was thicker than mine. At first I thought maybe I was being shallow, until the waiter came over and gave her the check. But actually I brought her back to my house to introduce her to my parents, and my parents liked her a lot, especially my dad. My dad's like, "I like her, Joe, I think she's the one." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, she reminds me of Keith Hernandez." Let's see, so I was actually at CVS the other day trying to buy some Doritos, and this homeless dude comes up to me. He was like, "Hey kid, can you spare $20? I was like, "Dude, I work at Petco, ride a bike, and went to Nassau Community." He was like, "Oh my God, here's 40. At first I felt bad until 2 weeks after. He stole my job at Petco. And my bike. One thing I have learned in life is you start to realize how ignorant people are when you talk to them about homeless people. I was talking to this one lady a little while back and she was like, "Never give money to a homeless person. They're either going to spend it on drugs or alcohol." I was like, "Isn't that what every adult on Long Island spends their money on anyways?" Oh man, like my local liquor store has more people lined up than a COVID testing site. So I'm actually currently in college right now, which she said, and college is alright. I'm not a big fan, but I do like it more than school. They actually teach us some beneficial stuff. Like every time I go to the store and the guy asks for the total, he'll be like, "Oh, your total is $35.98. I mean, back in school they would only teach us about geometry, you know? So like they would give me the total. I've yet to be in a situation where the clerk is like, "Oh man, so you got the 2 sweatshirts and the gray sweatpants? Your total is solve this square and multiply it by its reciprocal." Like I want to learn beneficial things in life, like about taxes. I don't even know what a W-2 form is. Up until a few days ago, I thought a W-2 was the name of a robot from Star Wars. So old women seemed to take a real liking to me, actually. I was hanging out at the bar and this one old lady came over to talk to me. I think she just turned 26. But she invited me back to her place to hang out. And I thought it was going to be a great night until she had me in the backyard cleaning out our gutters. Before that, she kept telling me to raise my arms. Thought she wanted me to take my shirt off. Turns out she was measuring if I could reach the ceiling fan. It sucked though, I was all excited, you know, I thought I was going to lose my virginity. The only thing I ended up losing was time I could have spent playing Xbox. The only reason why I did stick around though is because she said if I did, she'd let me fool around. And she did. She let me play Angry Birds on her phone until my dad picked me up. So I'll leave you guys with this. Being young is weird, especially when you're in your 20s, because it's like you're both old and young at the same time. Like I'm old enough where I could own a home and get married, but still just young enough where if I go into a Walmart by myself, I can still get kidnapped. Most people think of 21 as their milestone age, but not for me because I don't drink. I think my milestone age was when I turned 18, not because it meant I was an adult, but because I was like, now if a teacher wants to have sex with me, I can say yes. I actually did have this one teacher that always would rub my leg and tell me that I'm cute. Too bad I'm not into Peter Bales. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much.
Crovella. Having a surprise at the end of his set.